When I first started photography back in 2015, landscape was mostly what I shot as I was traveling around Australia. I wasn't very good at it, I will preference. But since then, I haven't really done a lot of landscape photography. This man here though, Liam Mann, is a incredible landscape photographer. This presented me with a bit of an opportunity to maybe go out and shoot some landscape photography and use Adobe products to make that happen. This video is sponsored by Adobe, and down below you can head over to the Adobe YouTube channel and look at all of their tutorials as well. I'll leave a link to those down below. While I'm waiting for the live to start, Adobe Max actually puts on free online sessions for creators around the world to be part of. Now, of course, you can actually attend Adobe Max, but if you're living in a different country or you're not in the same city and you don't get the chance to go, you can look at all of the online sessions that are available when Adobe Max is going on, and you can watch it for free. So it's like you're there, but you can sit back, have a cup of tea, and enjoy it from the comfort of your own home. Okay, so Liam is predominantly a landscape photographer, and I was hoping he would show me some landscape photography tutorials in Lightroom. However, he did a street and a Highland cow. I know that there's some incredible updates because he talked about the updates in Max and things that I can kind of look at using in Lightroom, and I can go out and try and recreate or shoot in a similar style to him. The idea, well, the concept that I have for the photo is close to me is a place called the Green Bridge of Wales. There's next to that, there's a place called Stack Rocks. I'll leave a link to it in the description. I want to go there and capture that at night time with a friend. So we're going to head there now, get that shot, and fingers crossed it all works out. I actually don't know whether or not we're going to be able to do it this evening. This weather is ridiculous. I'm hoping when I get there it dies down. So the friend that I'm meeting is Gar, with Gar on Instagram. I'll send him a voice note, see what he thinks, but this is pretty crazy.
Hey dude, are we still shooting tonight? The weather looks absolutely wild.
It's like one of those situations where if you go and do it, it probably will be fine. I might full send it in the morning, and at sunrise, it looks like it's going to be calmer. Oh, it's an early one. It's 5 in the morning. Hey Siri, unlock Tesla. The spot that I've come to is, this here is the Green Bridge of Wales, and then here you have these rocks which are kind of stacked. I want to stand here and I want to get the photo from here facing the rocks with me on the edge here. As you can see, it's pretty dark. The setup that I've got to get the photo, as you can see, beautiful landscape. I've got my Sony a7R5 here, and I've got a 12mm f2.8 on front. I'm currently sitting at f6.3 at 4-second exposure, and the ISO is at 100. We are on manual focus. I've pulled focus onto the stack rocks behind me, sorry, in front of me. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to throw it onto interval shooting. So interval shooting means it's going to take photos over and over until I tell it to stop. So I'm going to turn that on. The interval shooting is on shooting start time in 1 second, and every 2 seconds it will take a photo of a 4-second exposure at f6.3. So I'm going to set that to go, and then I'm going to walk over there to the edge so I can be in the frame. So let's take that shot. It is just about to absolutely chuck it down. So I'm going to run to my shot, okay? And then simply, I need to stand here for a maximum of 10 seconds to make sure that I get my frame. Okay, I've stood here, the camera is over there. I'll go back to the camera now, make sure I've got the frame. Let's have a look. Okay, stop, oh jeez. I'm gonna stop the interval shooting. Let's have a quick look at the frame to make sure I am there. I am indeed. Oh my God, the rain is coming down. So that is a super easy trick for anyone that's shooting on their own. Obviously there's no one here, it's just me, my bag and my camera. You put it on interval shooting, you go and get in the frame, and you're all good. The wind is driving up here through up this cliff face and just pummeling me. So let's get back and go and edit this photo. what a crazy location. I'll actually put this location down in the description for you if you want to go and check it out, because it is such a, wow, it's beautiful. It's lovely. The two stack rocks, look at that sunrise. Okay, so actually just around the corner, there's a shot called the Green Bridge of Wales, and I'm gonna actually run around there to get that shot because it'd be cool with the sunrise. It's actually so hard to run with all my gear, but look at that sunrise, oh my God. Okay, I don't even need the tripod for this. Throw that down, and this is the frame, look at this. Wow, what a morning. Oh, I mean, look at this view. This is just, oh, it makes it all worth it. What a way to start the morning after a crazy night. And just like that, the sunrise is gone. 2 minutes, literally 2 minutes, and it is out of here. Oh, wow. What an evening, what a morning, what a sunrise. Let's go and jump into Photoshop and Lightroom and see how we can turn that image into what I want. The photo's on the screen. You can see me just standing down there. I look tiny in comparison to the landscape, right? These settings, f6.3, 4-second shutter, 12mm ISO 250 for this shot. As you can see, it's fairly dark. Now I want that because I want the final image to come across as a nighttime photo. So I want to work with that, and it's easier if you underexpose and then you're able to play with that in post. So for this, I'm going to go with my preset Super Moody Tones. Click that, and then I'm going to whiz through this bit quite quickly and then get to the features that are going to evolve the photo into what I want. So exposure, increase, shadows, increase, not much, not crazy. Highlights, we're going to decrease the highlights, decrease the whites, and then the white balance, we're going to sort the white balance out. So the foreground is nice and colored correctly. We can probably drop the shadow slightly. Let's do a little before and after. If you want to do a before and after in Lightroom, just do the slash tool like so, or you can press Y to see it like this. Okay, from here, we're going to go maybe a slight dehaze, but I want to decrease the dehaze to give it more of like a that kind of misty vibe in the morning. Not misty, but I don't want it too harsh. So we'll go here, that's pretty good. I'm happy with where it's at the moment, maybe a bit more vibrance. Now I'm going to go to mask, I'm going to linear gradient, and then I'm going to scroll down from the top like this. And you can see we have this linear gradient. I'm going to do the exposure, reduce the exposure there just to bring out some of that detail in the clouds. I'm going to press the plus button. I'm going to do the same, get another linear gradient and come up from the bottom. And then this, I'm going to just do the shadows down slightly to make it a little bit more grungy like this, because obviously it's a nighttime photo that we're going to end up with. So I want to make sure that I'm editing with that in mind, because when we get into Photoshop, it will all make sense why I'm editing it this kind of dark vibe. We're going to just make it a little bit cooler, not too cool, because if we go too cool, it's not great. So we'll go a little bit cooler just to make it perfect. I think we're pretty much there. Maybe a little bit of saturation on the foreground down at the bottom of the image. Just do a little before and after and a little Y. It's looking nighttime-y vibe. The only thing that's making it not nighttime is the sky, and I think we could definitely sort that. Before we take it over to Photoshop, we'll just do a little before and after so we could see this was how the image started and that is how the image is at the moment. Now to take it over to Photoshop seamlessly, you don't have to export it and then re-import it. You just press Command E if you are on Mac, or if you're on Windows, I think it's like Control E. I'm not 100% sure on Windows, but for Mac it's Command E. So now that we are in Photoshop, I'm just going to unlock that layer. I'm going to duplicate the layer by pressing Command J. I do that so I've always got my safety net just in case. So this one is a safety net. I'm going to turn that one off. So layer 0 copy. I don't name layers. If you name layers, good for you. I don't. Now we've got our layers on the right hand side here. I'm going to go over and I'm going to make sure I'm selected on the select tool. I'm going to select the whole image, right click, generative fill, and we've got our prompt here. Now you can use different models. You've got the Adobe models and you've got the partner models. So Adobe has opened up their platform to allow other model engines, so like Flux Context or Gemini from Google. I'm going to use Gemini Nano Banana to get what I want for this image. So I'm just going to simply say, nice and simple, make this photo nighttime. Really basic. You can go as detailed as you want, but I want to prove that you can be as basic as you want, and you end up getting, it knows what you want. It reads the image, it looks at what you've done, and then it interprets what it thinks you want by the prompt you give it. Okay, it's just loading. That's actually insane. Now we've got the image, and you can see it's great. It's done a really good job. It's turned that photo into a nighttime photo, and it's actually crazy how far we've come. But it's not good enough. It needs a bit of help from me to turn it into a masterpiece, in my opinion. So on the right here, we've got a layer mask. If you want to add a layer mask, you just go down to the bottom on the layer that you're selected and press layer mask, and it will give you a layer mask. I'm going to go over to here where we have our gradient. It's just a gradient basically tool. I'm going to gradient from the top down because I want to keep some of the detail down the bottom half of the image, but I want the new sky coming in. All right, now that we've done our masking, our layer masking, we've got our sky looking incredible. We've got the foreground nice and sharp. There's a few little things I'm going to touch up. All I've done to finish off this image is there was a few areas where there's been a landslide, like I mentioned recently. I just wanted to touch that up slightly just so it looked a little bit cleaner and what I had in mind. I've got one more thing that I do to my images. I'm going to merge those two layers. I'm going to duplicate that layer again. That top layer, I'm going to go here. I'm going to press screen. I'm going to go up to filter, blur, Gaussian blur. That's fine. And then I'm going to go to image, press apply image, and then make sure it's on the top layer like so. And then I'm just going to reduce that just slightly to about there. And we've got a nice little glow coming from the back. Now, once you've done that and you're happy with where you are, you can then move that straight back over to Lightroom by pressing Command S, and that'll save it and it'll put it over where you were in Lightroom. So it'll just merge across. You can see this is where we were. This was the before. This is where we got to in Lightroom. And then of course the final image you can see comes across now, and there we have it. Looks incredible. And this is exactly how I envisioned it before I had those crazy weather predicaments. I think you'll agree that going from the before to the after, it's an incredible difference. And I know there's a lot of photographers out there that will say, well, this isn't true photography. But the idea as a creator like myself, I'm a full-time photographer, an artist in my own way, and I like to use Adobe to be able to help me tell a story, because sometimes it doesn't go to plan. Sometimes it doesn't always happen the way you want it to, and it's nice to have a tool like Adobe to pick up the pieces. It's not replacing the photo, it's helping you get to the finished product. If it wasn't possible, of course I can go there, let's say 20 nights out of a month and end up getting the exact photo that I want. But I didn't have that time. One of the things I'm excited about is Adobe has just spoke about in their sneaks category amongst Macs, where if you're outside and it's super noisy and you're recording audio, you're able to break that audio down into stems and remove the stems that you don't want that are creating a noisy audio.
Using our new and updated source separation technology is to take the audio from the video and break it up into its individual components.
And I think that's incredible. Like when that rolls out, when that becomes a normal thing, it's going to change the way that we record video. These types of advantages are something that I didn't have when I was starting out. So now that you have access to these tools from one subscription, I think it is actually generally incredible. And the fact that Adobe are trying to open up the market to work with other AI models, it allows us to not be confined to one tool, and we're able to utilize other models to get what we want. Now, I know that it's a talking point. I know that some people are for and against AI, and I think if it's used in the right way, and Adobe go down the way that they're going down, where it's helping and enabling creators be more creative, I think that's fine. And I'm happy with that because evidently it works. Let me know your thoughts in the comments. And again, if you want to go and check out some more of Adobe's features and some other things they've launched during Max, head to the link in the description. It'll take you to their YouTube channel and there's a bunch of information on there, and you can even watch the keynotes as well. You can run through it all and listen to everything about what I just spoke about. Create more, stress less, and I'll see you in the next one.